Why, hello there. Welcome to my first video of the year 2023, and I thought I would start off the year a little bit spicy. Today on January 3rd, when I am recording this, there have been a bunch of articles and discussion about how Elden Ring has surpassed The Last of Us 2 for getting the most Game of the Year awards. The Last of Us 2 is sitting at 322, and from what I can tell, Elden Ring has at least 324 at this point. And I think for most people, you see this and you realize pretty quickly that it's a meaningless statistic. The Game of the Year between years doesn't matter because Game of the Year is so situational. It depends so much on what other games are out, the conditions under which the game released. It's contained within that year, and it doesn't really make any sense to compare years anyways, especially given that there are more places giving out awards every year. However, as soon as I saw the framing of Elden Ring getting the most Game of the Year awards over The Last of Us 2, I knew that there were going to be some hot takes in the comments. So what I'm going to do here is I haven't looked into any of the comments, and I don't always touch the stove, but I'm going to this time because I think there is going to be some very hot takes in there. So I'm going to read them, and this will be my reaction as I am reading them. Let's get into it. And so, of course, a lot of what I'm seeing is people who are upset about this, who like The Last of Us 2 and don't understand why Elden Ring would be. I just want to say, for the record, obviously, I am biased towards Elden Ring. But it doesn't really matter, and they are both perfectly fine games, and people will have their own opinions, but what I'm looking for here are some of the crazy stuff that comes out when people see these sort of headlines. This first one I found says, "How is it possible? A game without dialogue and story." Ugh. Kills me. But if you are really into the more cinematic, traditional style of like The Last of Us and PlayStation's games, I suppose Elden Ring does not provide the story you're looking for, but it's so obnoxious to see a game without dialogue. It has dialogue. And I won't even touch the story debate because I already made a video about the narrative of Souls games and how it's different compared to a lot of other mainstream products, so you can check out that video if you want me to rant about that. Okay, here we go. Someone read this out to me, shout out to Maple Miyazaki, but really unfair to Horizon and God of War Ragnarok. I loved Elden Ring, but it felt like a long DLC from Dark Souls. A long DLC. I like my DLCs to be 100 plus hours, have a myriad of new features, and be an entirely new IP. And for the record, I think God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West are perfectly fine games and I enjoy them. However, it is very funny to call Elden Ring just a DLC for Dark Souls, considering that Ragnarok and Forbidden West are definitely more of the same from those franchises. And next we've got how, without the strongest story or graphics this year? Again, with the story stuff. Refer to my other video. And I like the idea that story and graphics are literally the only things you would judge the interactive medium of games on. Gameplay, art direction, exploration, level design, world design, it does not count when you have story and graphics. Okay, I kind of like this one. Also official, all those awards that were given to Elden Ring were given by single virgins who play on PC or Xbox all day. I actually played on PC, of course, but I played mostly on PS5, so. Also, I have 3 kids. And now we have, I never understood how people can play such a thing. I don't know. There's not really anything to add, it's just a funny comment, because baffled at how it can even exist. There's a panic there that I find pretty funny. And then we have maybe, but they're not making it into a TV show. Just saying. I like the idea that the pinnacle achievement for a game is being translated into a movie. And it has nothing to do with the fact that Sony is turning all of their franchises into movies. We stumble upon Elden Ring doesn't have the narrative, the score, the facial animation, the visuals, the sound design that God of War has. Now, I think those are all good metrics with one exception there. I don't know why the facial animation is such an important thing, but I don't mind if someone, that's important to someone, but just a funny metric for the game of the year needs good facial animation. Listen, our people move their lips now. What more do you want? I keep dying in the game, though. If you die in a game, it can't be game of the year. Here we go again. I liked Elden Ring, but there was not really a drawn-in story. I will always prefer The Last of Us 2, and for me, that was the perfect game. Story was deep and psychological. Scenes were amazing, loved the locations and feel of the place. I don't think any of that is necessarily not true about The Last of Us 2, but again, with the story. I mean, just check out my channel, or better yet, check out Smotown's channel, Waylog's channel. There's stuff there, I promise you. Crazy how Elden Ring paid for all its awards and The Last of Us earned them. What? I guess you're right though, Elden Ring is known for its robust marketing campaign from Bamco and From Software. It makes a lot of sense that the director of Elden Ring, Miyazaki himself, was like, I don't know why it did so well in his acceptance speech. Definitely someone looking to buy prestige. And that's about all I can handle today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and I wanted to start off the new year 2023 with something a little bit fun, so I hope you enjoyed this. And if you're looking for more Elden Ring content, Souls content, Armored Core content going into 2023, please subscribe to The Lore Hunter. Thanks for watching.